Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And we are live streaming, and I know that
We are recording, Nikki.
Gary's gonna come back in and start recording, and so
We can't hear you, Nikki. Nikki, we can't hear you.
Nikki, I
Kara,
can't
I
hear
hope
you.
you're on quickly and you're record. There you are. So
Yep.
you recording? Did you
I'm
press record,
recording.
Carrie?
I'm recording right now. Yes.
Yeah, we're recording. Yay. Okay, it's all good. So I'm very excited for this call. It's a hot, warm day, and it's the summer solstice, and it was really delightful. And I'm grateful for those small moments in time. Oh, um, hang on.
Nikki, would it be better for you to come in on your cell phone?
Sandy Abrams, can you hear me? Sandy? Can
Yes, I can hear you.
Read the chat. Did you see the chat that I just sent you, Sandy? I just sent you something on chat.
Okay, I'm looking. Oh, why I don't see it? Oh, yes. Okay, she sent, yes, I will introduce Shelley. And I don't have.
And Sandy, I'm gonna send you what she sent me by text so that you can do it.
I'm
And
looking
before,
for
if I
it.
stop, if I cut out, let me know. But I just have to tell you, over the last 6 months, I've had an amazing challenge. Can you all still hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. No. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So
We can hear you.
sad.
Okay.
Oh, you can.
And while I'm waiting, I'm waiting for Mackey to send me that. I just have to say
right. I want to talk when I can. Can you all hear me? Can you hear me, Sandy?
Sort of. I can now.
No. Okay.
Yes.
Forget it. Go for it.
We can hear you, Nikki. We can hear you.
Shelley, and if I can't, Sandy, give me a thumbs down. That's when you can't hear me anymore. Okay?
Okay.
And she already can't hear me, I'm guessing.
You're in and out. I heard the last bit. And now you're out. Okay. What I wanted to say though about Shelley really quickly is I just love her, and we don't like know each other and talk to each other, but everything I know, and on your boards, you will see the success wheel by Shelley Mackey. And you'll remember that a few weeks ago when Jennifer Myers was on, she talked about Shelley and the success wheel. So we just had to have Shelley on, and we were so excited to have you. And I still do not have that intro, Nikki.
Sandy, it is, I just gave her this little thing at the last second, and it is the.
Oh, I have it.
Okay.
I have it. The Wheel of Success was created by Shelley Mackey, PMD Plus 100 Club. Her team, JCJP, has been one of the fastest growing teams in the Juice Plus company. They are making a huge impact in the lives of people in record-setting time. Shelley was a sales coordinator with no goals at the January of 2014. And she reached National Marketing Director 10 months later in October of 2014. Just 10 months later, Shelley promoted 2 level 1 frontline NMDs and reached 75 Club. 1 year later, she reached 100 Club and has been duplicating leaders ever since. Currently, Shelley has 10 National Marketing Directors. Wow. Take it away, Shelley.
Oh, I love watching you guys in action. This is how I operate. It's always a blank show, right? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, can you guys hear me now? Can you all
Yes.
hear me?
Yes.
Because I called in, I don't know why I didn't think of that
Yes.
to begin with. I just dialed in, and I should have, but I really feel it's important that I just tell you, just in 1 minute, that Shelley has really reached out to me over the last 6 months. She's texted me a number of times. She bought me an absolutely beautiful gift that's so spirit-filled, Shelley. It's in my office hanging on my wall. You know, all of you know that, you know, my husband Chris passed away in October, and Shelley, it's not like we're best friends, but she reached out a number of times, just so heart-filled, and found me at conference and said, you know, texted me at conference and said, come find me. I have a gift for you, that she brought all the way to conference. And I can't begin to tell you what that means, to have somebody love on you without really knowing you the way she did. And on the 100 Club chat, every time I have a question and nobody answers it, Shelley always rescues me. So I just have to say, she's absolutely an amazing sideline buddy. I can't even imagine what a great sponsor she must be. And I love you dearly, Shelley.
Oh my goodness, Nikki, I'm like tearing up, and I'm not really a tearer, but I was like, whoa, whoa, those are words of life. And I love words of life. That's my love language. So thank you, Nikki. And thank you, Sandy, for that beautiful introduction. I thought that I would try really hard. She gave me 30 minutes, and I thought I would try to run through. It's just a PowerPoint, but I do that because honestly, guys, I will talk for 10 years if I don't stay somewhat on track. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen if that's okay.
Yep.
Let's see. Can you see that? I'm not
Yep.
very, I'm going to tell you the truth. I am not the queen of Zoom. Okay. So I love that you guys were having technical difficulty, because it made me feel so much better about myself. Okay. Okay. So normally this talk is called The Wheel of Success, but for whatever reason, it's smushed together. I just did this for my team the other night. It's grab a buddy and get growing. Okay. And I'm going to, at the end, you guys can feel free. Oh, was it not going to let me change? Oh, there we go. Okay. This is my why. I'm just going to tell you this in 2 seconds. My why is my family. They're the most important people in my world, as most of you probably know. Family is that. My husband, Mark, we've been married for 33 years. I'm the one in the white dress on the right. Sometimes people confuse me with my daughters. I'm kidding, you guys. Of course, I'm kidding. I have a daughter in the dark blue dress. She suffered allergies and asthma. The daughter in the white dress on the far left suffered allergies and asthma. And then my son as well, Jojo. And then our daughter in the light blue dress and myself, we both suffered migraines. And when we got on Juice Plus, we were introduced by a nurse at church. She was an acquaintance. She stalked me every time I saw her. And I tell people now I've become the stalker. But at the time, I literally just gave her my credit card so she'd just leave me alone and shut up. True, it's a true story. And unfortunately, that's exactly what she did. She took my order and she never called me again. Even though I saw her at church, she never said another word about it. Well, my kids were tired of taking Allegra Singular, Flonase, albuterol inhalers. We had a nebulizer machine. And Marissa and I were eating, because we had migraines, we were eating, you know, I was eating extra strength, et cetera. And she was taking Tylenol all the time. She was a child. And finally, when I got the order, they complained. They didn't want to consume it. So I put it in my pantry. I called the company. And I told the company that I will pay for this, but just cancel my order. It gave me 4 months to avoid her. The reason why I tell this story is not to shame her. I don't even know if she's part of the Juice Plus company anymore, but can you imagine if she still is? Yikes. She should have checked back with me, right? Okay, so let that be that's your first lesson right there, okay? Always get back, be persistent, you know, keep checking in with your people. So anyway, fast forward to several months later, I was in a Bible study. I met a woman and she said, oh my gosh, I'm a Juice Plus rep. And I went, oh my gosh, I got that junk piled up in my cabinet, you know? And she said, oh my gosh, you need to be taking this. And I said, well, my kids don't want to consume it. And you know what she said to me? You go home and you read all the ingredients on the label and you tell your kids, I'm either going to have you swallow these capsules or you're going to have to eat this for dinner tonight. Okay. So that did it for me, right? That did it for my kids. The rest is kind of history. Sometime within that year, I don't know when, the symptoms were gone. These are so common. You guys hear this all the time. And, but my husband on the right, he called it snake oil and a scam for 5 years. 5 years. So of course, you know, I wasn't going to tell people about it because my husband thought it was a scam. And I kept saying, but how do you explain it? You know, our pediatrician says the reason why the allergies and asthmas went away, because the only thing that we did differently, the symptoms, were that we were consuming Juice Plus. And same thing with my migraines. A year later, my migraines were gone. I've had one migraine in 18 years. So I've been on Juice Plus. That was when I went to my first conference and we stayed up all night and I wasn't even drinking. Just forgot to drink water. I forgot to eat. I forgot to sleep. Guess what? Migraine, right? But I've only had one in 18 years. And so that's my story. So you think I would have told everyone, right? But I didn't. But 5 years into it, he developed a thyroid condition. And I said, why don't you try this Juice Plus stuff? Who knows what can happen? You know, y'all, we don't know. It's a out of balance thyroid, right? You know, a hormone. And so he started consuming Juice Plus, and within 9 weeks, his thyroid, 3 blood draws, his thyroid was normal. So now you guys are thinking, oh my gosh, she's telling the whole world at this point, right? Nope, nope, not telling people, because you know why? I was prideful. I thought, oh my gosh, they're going to think I'm trying to sell them something. I didn't need the money. I just didn't want to be that person, right? So I just kept it to myself. And I know you're leaders on here, so I know you don't keep it to yourself, but sometimes even as leaders, we can want to avoid people, right? Okay, so what if someone, this Susan that I met this Bible study, she waited till my order was, you know, finished consuming in that pantry. She could have said, oh, you better throw that away and get a new order. But she had me right there because I trusted her, because she said, no, consume what you've got and then we'll go back to it. That's another thing. She invited me to events, you guys, excuse me, for 9 years. 9 years she invited me. And every time I'd be like, what does she not get? You know, I'd be on the phone going, oh my gosh, this woman, something's wrong with her. But you know what she said to me every time? Oh my gosh, you're this darker, younger version of this Wendy Campbell gal. Well, I don't know who Wendy Campbell is. Frankly, I didn't care at the time. Now I do. She's my buddy, right? But I didn't at the time. And so that didn't mean anything to me. But here's what happened. About, I don't know, what has it been? 9 years ago? Yes, I was on a journey to figure out why my dad died of colon cancer. This is where the ding, ding, ding comes in. Susan had been calling me at least 4 times a year to get me to go to events, right? And at that point, she knew I was on this mission to find out why my dad died of cancer. And so I enrolled in a course on nutrition and disease, the science behind it. And she knew that because she kept checking in with me. And so now, lo and behold, Stacy Joy's coming to Kansas City to do a health lecture. And Susan calls me up and listen to what she says. Hey, Shelley, I know you don't want to do Juice Plus. You've made it very clear to me. But I know that you're on a journey to figure out why your dad died of cancer. I think there's a woman you want to listen to. Did you guys hear what she said? Did you hear what she did? That's what I want us to never forget as leaders. Sometimes we lose that in translation. It's so important that we're listening to our people. So anyway, I went to it and the rest is history. Okay, so wait, where's my cursor? Okay, here's my Juice Plus journey. This is when it began. Now, I had been what I call a family rebater for years. So, you know, the company calls us partners. But at the time, I told Susan, I want to get the best price and I don't want you to ever bother me. Okay, that's what I told her. Can you believe I was that rude to her? But I did. I just didn't want to be a salesperson. And so she said, well, you can be a partner. You pay $50 a year, but you can't, you know, you won't be able to, I mean, you don't have to. So anyway, sorry, I heard something and I thought it was Nikki. She's probably telling me, quit talking so long. Okay, so anyway, I signed up as a family rebater, clear back then, right? So I had eaten my way, you know, to sales coordinator. She had promoted me as a slow track, so there was no bonus involved. And that's one thing why I don't slow track on my team, because I said, wait, what? I'm a what? When I started sharing Juice Plus, I'm a what? Well, I didn't get that at the time. It was $500. I didn't get that. And they're like, oh yeah, well, we wanted you to get the commissions. Who cares about that? Somebody doesn't know about that. They don't understand what full commission is, right? I didn't even notice it because it was going straight into my bank account. I knew it was helping me pay for my product just because I have a family of 6, right? But I was not interested in this. So this is what happens. I go to listen to Stacy Joy in Kansas City. And what I didn't know was that it was a regional. So I was so blown away by her that night. Susan said, why don't you come back tomorrow morning? She's speaking again, first thing in the morning. Again, I don't know, this is a business training. So I convinced my daughter and her friend to come with me. I said, we're just going to go listen to that nurse again, and then we'll leave. Well, guess what happens? They give away 5 free tickets to Orlando. And 2 of the 5 free tickets at the Kansas City Regional go to my daughter and her friend. So my daughter wants to go to Orlando. And I said, we're not going to some Yeehaw Juice Plus convention. Why would we go there? We're not doing Juice Plus. And she said, Mom, it's an hour and a half from Florida, Aunt Kathy's beach house. I said, oh, we must go to the Juice Plus convention, right? It was a joke, right? But I wanted to get to the beach. So when I went there, I was not expecting anything because I was just going to go for one day and leave. But you guys know the magic that happens at conference, right? I was there and the whole world opened up. I saw the research, I saw the company behind the product, and that's when my fire was lit. And I came back with a change of mindset. And when I do a lot of trainings, I do it on mindset because that is the key. It's how you view things. And you're going to see it in these slides tonight. And then my next conference, just a few months later, was Phoenix. And that's when I saw little Katie Ravy on stage, and she was so successful. And I said to my sponsor, geez Louise, how come they get there so fast? And the people in the United States, it seems like it took them forever. And she goes, well, they have a different marketing plan back then. And I said, well, that shouldn't make a difference. I'm going to go home and I am going to zoom to the top of this company. That's what I told her. I had no idea what I was going to do. But you guys know this, that Jay Martin always says, get a buddy, right? That's exactly what I did. This is what my whirlwind, I show this slide. It's so messy, but I wanted you to see this messy mess. Oh my gosh, Chris Cotton is in this picture down here. Look, I never even knew that one. This isn't the one Nikki and I were talking about. Holy moly. Okay, I got excited. He is here with us tonight. He's letting us know. Do you see him on the stage on the very bottom, Nikki, where it says September 2015, 75 Club, first time to the Eltons? Do you see that? I'm with my daughter, and then behind the stage right there is Chris. I'm going to send you my slide. Holy cow. Woo! Hi, Chris. So glad you're with us tonight. Okay, that really fired me up. So up at the top left, you can see January 2014, I went to a boot camp. I didn't even know I was a sales coordinator, and they told us to take a selfie. Does that look like a selfie? No. You know why? 2014, I didn't even know how to take a selfie. So I had to have our regional director take a picture of me. This is how, for those of you that are saying, oh, I don't know, social media, I don't know how to work a computer or take a selfie. Who cares? I didn't either. Okay. I did not even know what I was. I had to ask them, what do I write for my goal? Well, guess what I made for conference 2 months later? Senior sales coordinator. What is that lesson about? Write it down. Write your goals down. Get them in front of you all the time. Okay, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir. I don't know your team very well, but I'm sure as leaders, you know these things, but sometimes we forget. Write down your goals. I write down goals today, you guys, because there are things that I want to achieve in my life. Maybe they're not the same things as you, but it's not even about the money. It's that I want to see how many people I could possibly help in this world. The single moms and people that, I have such a passion for people, right? And maybe your passion's money. Great, go for it. Maybe your passion is like mine, like you want to help people. I want to donate to more people without feeling guilty about it, that is taken from my household, right? Like there's so many great things that you can do. So I show this slide only because, you guys, I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew that if I could treat people the way I wanted to be treated, because that is the golden rule. I don't care if you're spiritual or not. The golden rule is treat others as you want to be treated, right? So that's exactly what I was doing. And so I did it, and it was like just a fireball. And you can see down here, okay? So it was crazy. Now, I did these events. I was an old third grade school teacher, I say from the 1800s, because I only used the tools and the talents that God had given me up until the time. See, I started this when I was just turning 53 because I'm 61 now. So I've been doing this 8.5 years. But at the time, you know, I didn't have any business training. I didn't, and golly darn, you guys know that you do not get an owner's manual and you don't get a how to do Juice Plus manual. You know, you get some tips, but holy moly, I didn't even know how to do team. And my sponsor was only a sales coordinator, so she didn't know how to do it. So I was just making stuff up. Okay, it was within the limits of the compensation plan, but I made things up. So I came up with this schedule, okay, because I didn't want to do, my sponsor was doing like these really cool sugar packets and things, but it just didn't seem like something I could wrap my head around. So instead, there in my box, there was a DVD. And of course, now we have YouTubes, right? But at the time, it was a DVD, Bridging the Gap. Literally, this lesson plan, that's what I call this, Juice Plus Live Events. This lesson plan is literally what I did for the first 3 to 4 years of my business. This is all I did. And guess what I teach my people to do? This very thing right here. This is also all in the Boards app. So you've got that. Okay, so the Wheel of Success. Okay, Partner Plus. This is the key, you guys. Everyone thinks I do something different. They keep thinking you're doing something else. There's got to be something else, Shelley. I mean, everybody knows to get to Partner Plus, and everybody knows then, you know, I said, I don't know. This is how easy I make it for people. So for example, when people, and I, by the way, I typed everything out. It took Julie Herbst and I 2 months to create that verbiage. It was really supposed to be for Campbell Team website, but then I found out about boards and I got Wendy and Julie Herbst on boards. And we decided we're going to make the boards match the website, because again, that's how my third grade teacher mind works. Okay. But my secret, and I believe this, and I know the company has known this, and they've changed their philosophy a lot, but my philosophy is that everyone gets to be a family rebater. That's what we call it. You can call it, you know, partner, whatever, but we call it a family rebate because it takes all the pressure off of people. It doesn't make you feel salesy. Okay. So we, by the way, and I'll show you this later, we call everything a shred 10 and a quad 10 because we do the shred 10 as a group every single month in our Facebook group. But our shred 10 is a trio in monthly installments. You're going to see that in a minute. And then it's caps, and then it's shakes in paid in fulls, and you'll understand that. So once I get ready to take their order, or you know, they're like, okay, we want to get signed up. What do we do? Then we say, okay, well, you're going to want the quad because that's what we take, right? Because why wouldn't you? Why would you prejudge someone and think, oh, I'm only going to tell them about the fruits and vegetables because they probably don't want to spend a lot of money on Juice Plus? Are you kidding me? Who wants to be sick, right? And if they're not sick now, they're going to be sick down the road. So you have a responsibility because you have a gift in your hand. This is, oh my Lanta, I get so fired up about this. I just was telling this to my team this morning. How can you keep your mouth quiet? Like, it's not possible. I gave them a challenge this morning. Get your 10 orders, your 10 different names in the next 10 days of the month. Get it wrapped up this month. Get your 10 names for the summer 3, 2, 1. I said, I just made it up today. I said 10 and 10, let's go. And I said, and I don't know what the prize is going to be, but if you achieve it, Vox me, I'll give you something, because I get excited about this stuff. But you know what, there's a sense of urgency, and I know you guys get this, but are you presenting a sense of urgency? Do you feel it in your heart? I think we've gotten really complacent because of what we've been through the last 2 years. I mean, holy shnikes, there were times where I was like, what's next? What's going to happen next? Right. And I'm probably out of time and I'm only on my 3rd slide or something. But anyway, I mean, I want you guys to feel this sense of urgency. That's what we need. Okay. So right off the bat, I say to them, you need your quad, right? And I'm using this as an example because this is what I have taught you guys for 8.5 years. Like, this is not new to my team. Might be kind of familiar to you guys. And if not, I have this in a 12-minute video you can watch later. But I want to get across these really key points, is that when we talk about a quad 10 or a shred 10, they say, oh, okay. And then when I'm finished filling out the form, and I actually have a form that we created, Casey Schloss, when she started learning my process, she said, I want a different order form. And I said, amen. And she goes, would you help me design it? So we designed it around my wheel, and it's actually in the Wheel of Success folder. But it's designed that you put on their name, their address, their phone number, all their pertinent information, what they're ordering. They flip it over on the back side, and it's the children's information for the health study. And then at the very bottom, then their credit card information. At the very bottom, it says, I even typed this out for you to say, if you would like to get paid back on your own orders, I will need 2 additional pieces of information. I need your date of birth and your social security number. And if they say, well, why would you need that? I just say, because you're we call it a family rebater. The company calls it a partner, but you will get paid back on your own orders. You don't have to sell to anyone. You don't have to tell anyone, but you're gonna wanna tell people. I mean, my goodness, you're putting your whole family on it. Why wouldn't you at least want to tell your sister or your mom or your brother? You said that your next door neighbor's kid's picky. You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy breezy the way we do it. It never feels salesy. Okay, because that's my biggest thing I heard. I don't want to be a salesperson, and I want to get the best price. Those are the 2 things I heard. So I came in, Randy Matthews used to call it just a soft sell backdoor approach. I wasn't trying to be that way. It was just that way. Okay, so, and this is how it helped me, and I hope this helps you. This is the mindset I had then and now, that it's a gift. You're gifting these people when you talk to them. Okay, so you're giving them a simple way to get phytonutrients of 30 fruits, vegetables, and berries in their bodies every day. You're giving them education and support from a community. You guys, I don't care how pretty other people make their community seem in the world of just the general world. There is no community like the Juice Plus community. There's just not. It's amazing. I mean, look at us. We help each other, and we don't make a dime off of each other. We're just helping each other because we care deeply about others. And we help people pay for their own product by helping others. They're not helping themselves, they're helping others. So if you have a hang up about money, like I did, I had a hang up thinking that people might think I'm trying to make money. Do you know what I have now? No hangups. Guess what I say now when people say, well, do you make money? I go, you darn right I do. I'm going to make cotton picking, $10 off that or whatever. Oh yeah, but do you think your doctor, your nurse, your grocery store clerk, everybody makes money, you guys. But guess what? I'm giving you an opportunity to prevent things or to keep you healthy, right? So I get excited about that. Okay, the second part of this, and you guys know all this, but it's get 3 buddies. Here's what most people do. They talk about QSC. Okay, now you need 7 different customers, okay? What? No, keep your customers. Guess what? Give me 3 buddies. Give me 3 family rebaters, right? And let me help them get their $100. My team philosophy, everyone knows this, my keywords are, they finish the sentence for me, everybody deserves what? And my team goes, their $100. Everybody deserves their $100. Okay, they're gonna invest $52. They're gonna get their $100 because you're gonna help them share it with one other person besides their family order. They're gonna get their 900 points. Then you're gonna say to them, okay, you say that you love and care about family members and close friends. Let's have an event. And if you have a hang up about it, you say, I'd like to have an event for you. Would you have an event for me at your house? You invite the people, I'll bring the blender, I'll bring the smoothies, I'll bring everything, you provide the people. Guess what people say? Oh, okay, I'll do that, right? It's, you guys, you have to make things so simple for others so that you can, and take the pressure off of them, that you're going to do it all. And you're going to do it all for your partners too, okay? And you're going to help them get their 3 buddies, getting their $100, That's the best way. And in the first 30 days is when people are excited. That's when you get them an extra $500 in 30 days. That's crazy town. That almost pays for the whole cotton picking first month of Juice Plus, with their whole family eating complete, and in the bars, and in their monthly installments of their quad. Okay, you guys, that is such a gift. And that's what I'm getting to here. You're going to hear this a lot. Gift, 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 because that's how I viewed it back then. And y'all, I didn't have any upline helping me. I want you to hear this. I'm not trying to say, I walked to school in 12 miles of 4-foot deep snow. I'm just saying that just 8.5 years ago, my upline, I blew past her. Okay. And then it was Wendy Campbell. Well, I didn't know Wendy. She lived in California, and she didn't even know I existed until I ran into her at the second conference. She didn't even know I existed. She always says that I was a Q before she barely met me. Okay. So this is just me just making this simple 3rd grade teacher system. It's this simple, you guys. Okay. It's a gift. Again, I just got me my $100, right? I'm the new family rebate. I'm the new partner, and I got my $100. So now I'm going to help my people that I said I loved and cared about. I'm going to help my mom get her $100. And then I'm going to help my sister, and I'm going to help my best friend get their $100, right? There's my QSC position. But here's where the real magic happens. And this is before I even knew what a club. I didn't know that qualifying meant a club. And this is an old picture. I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't have time to update it, but on the new one, you'll see it at the end. I slid it in there tonight, but it says underneath the PBQ, the 900 points to 3,600. So what you're going to do is then you're going to go back to every one of those people that got $100, and you're going to say the same exact verbiage. You guys, it's all written in the boards. It's all literally like you could memorize it. You could read it. You could read it over the phone to someone. So you say you have 5 to 7 people that you say you love and care about, that you'd want me to talk to you about Juice Plus. Do you guys see how easy I do this? Like it's service. It's just servant heartedness. It's not canned. It's not trying to be slick. It's just being real with people. How can I help you? Right? How can I help you help your family members? That kind of verbiage. And that's all you're doing. You're going back to those people that got to Partner Plus, and you're saying, do you have 5 to 7 people that I can help you talk? Are all of them going to go to QSC? No. Are many of them? Yes. And I remember at one point, Randy Matthews said to me, Shelley, but if you make everybody a family rebater, you're not going to have any customers. And I'm like, well, not everybody wants to be a family rebater. Not everybody says yes. They say, oh, some people say, no, I'll just be your customer. I don't want to get paid back on my orders. I'm like, okay, well, if you change your mind, let me know, right? I keep things very easy. There's no pressure at all, okay? Now this, again, you guys are hearing it. This is my same slides, you guys. They just have a different color on it this time. This is how you qualify your business. It's a gift. I've been talking about this for 8.5 years. You have to view, it's your mindset. Are you thinking that you're a gift to your people? Are you a gift? Are you gifting someone when you're talking about Juice Plus? Are you gifting them when you're talking about becoming a family rebater? Are you gifting them when you're talking about getting their $100 that they deserve? Are you helping them? Are you gifting them with the gift of paying for their own product? That's the key. And the reason why I came up with that concept clear back 8.5 years ago is this reason. My mother was a single mom, and she raised 5 kids alone in a time when women didn't. And if my mother hadn't been a singer, she was an entertainer, she had her own band, there's no way we could have done it without assistance. But my mom made decent money. And I always had this heart for single moms. So when I first started sharing Juice Plus, I thought to myself, wow, if Juice Plus had been, created when I was a child, my mother could not have afforded to have 5 children and herself on Juice Plus, right? So I thought, how can I create this? Because of course I can afford Juice Plus. You guys can probably obviously afford Juice Plus, but maybe there are some single moms that can't, or families that can't, but they desperately have to choose. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, where they say, well, I'll just pick this child to be, because they're the sickest. Oh my gosh, it is tears my heart up. You know what I say to him immediately? Let me pay your $52. I want to gift you. I want to gift your $52. And then I want you to invite all your family and friends, and we're going to get them on Juice Plus, and it's going to help pay for your product. So your whole family can be on Juice Plus. Did you guys hear that? Find a way to help people. Don't just settle for, okay, that's all she can afford. Cotton picking, no, you help her. Okay. Now a gift of service. I know I'm such a preacher, you guys. I'm sorry. Pay it forward. That's the whole gift of the qualifying your business, is paying it forward. Help your buddies do the exact same thing. Some of them will, some of them won't. And I heard someone say, some will, some won't. So what? Oh my gosh, I'm yelling at you all. Okay. Keep your wheel rolling by teaching every team member to do the same. So every partner, every family rebater. Okay, shred 10 versus quad 10. This is how I taught my team to pay for their products, okay, and to qualify their business. So you've got a trio of capsules and complete shakes. Did you guys notice on the capsules, it's monthly installments. The shakes are paid in full. Why do I do that? Right off the bat, the first month, January 2014, I have my big event. This guy gets on Juice Plus. I tell him, oh, it's so cool. You can spread your shakes out over 4 months too. It's so cool. Well, then I told him, do the shred 10 with us. It was called Transform 30 back then. Guess what happened? The guy ate all of his shakes in 1 month. Of course he did. 2 shakes a day, 30 days, his shakes were gone. He called me up and said, hey, Shelley, I love this Juice Plus stuff, but your shakes didn't last me 4 months. The capsules, I still got plenty left, but not the shakes. I said, well, of course not. They're replacing meals and snacks. And he said, well, you spread it out over 4 months. And I went, whoa, never again. So guess what I did? I said, you're absolutely right. I'm so sorry that I did that. I'm going to get you a free case of shakes. I'm going to get those to you. And in the future, I will always encourage people to pay in full. So that's where I did that. Okay. I had to fight with the company for about 7 years for them to get why I do this. And this is why right here, it's in parentheses. Your trio capsules are for your cells, your tissues, your organs. That should come out of your medical and your health budget. This slide, by the way, is in the boards app. Complete shakes, paid in full. Why? They come out of your grocery budget. See, a lot of people smush them together and then they start seeing this big cost in their head, right? And I'm like, yeah, the trio capsules, it's X amount of dollars, $80 a month. And then your shakes, though, you're going to pay for them in full because we don't know how you're going to consume it. You're going to drink 1 a day, you're going to drink 2 a day, or you're going to drink 1 every other day. And then we'll order more. Well, this is what the company was concerned with. And I'm telling you guys this because you're leaders. The company was concerned that, oh my gosh, then they're going to have to resell the shakes again the next month. Guess what, you guys? Yes, that's called customer care. You're going to call them up and you're going to say, hey, the last week, about 10 days before the end of the month, I've taught my team, we call all of our customers or our family rebaters, that are just partners, partner pluses. And we say, hey, we're getting ready to do the shred 10. How many shakes do you have left? Do you need to order in another box? Do you guys hear this? That's the purpose of it, is that it gives you an opportunity to have what I call residual income on the capsules. And then on the shakes, it's immediate stimulus. Okay, our quad 10, the reason why I gave it that name is because now we have a quad and the 10 are for, the shred 10, the 10 days of the shred. And then the complete shakes, again, paid in full, same thing. But this is where qualifying your business, it comes in. That you have 75 points for the trio, 140 paid in full, right? Okay, so that's 215 PV. You got 105, you got 140 on that. So you got 245 on a quad 10. Here's the example though, and this is what I write out for my people. I go through and I see who's remotely close, less than 1,000 points to qualifying. This is how I built my clubs, you guys. I said, you're short 950 points for qualifying. I divided that by 215 PV, that's paid volume. That's 5 shred 10s. Doesn't that sound a lot better if I'm talking to Sandy? If I say, hey, Sandy, you're only 5 shred 10s from qualifying your business. That's going to raise your check. that's going to make you so excited. And, you know, you're going to get 5, most importantly, 5 new people shredding with us next month. You're going to change their lives and they don't even know it yet. Okay. That's so much easier than saying, well, you're short 950 points to qualify. They're like this. Oh my gosh, how am I going to do that? Right? Okay. That's how I teach. I break everything down. This is not rocket science. It's 3rd grade teacher level. Trust me, everything I do is 3rd grade level. So here's my top tip. The 4-month installment of the capsules feed into residual income. So you don't have to worry. You're going to keep those rolling every 4 months, right? But the paid in full shakes are immediate stimulus. That's 140 points every time someone orders a paid in full shake. That's what will get your pay line up for that month. Okay. Okay. Here's the updated one right here. I had time to slide this one in, but the first time PBQ bonus, do you guys remember that you get $100 from the company now? So now they get another $100 just for, so technically in 60 days, well, hopefully in 30 days and 60 days total, they could get $600 in just title rewards. You guys, that is life-changing for people. I remember hearing Gordon Hester, I think it was my second boot camp. I heard him say that 1 in every 2 marriages ends in divorce. Well, I knew that, right? And that a majority of the time it's over finances. And he said that of that, something like 80%, something like that, some crazy high amount of the people that get divorced over finances, that $500 was the tipping point of that financial trouble. $500 a month. And I looked over at my girlfriend. We were so new. We were so green. We didn't know what we were doing. I said, oh my gosh, now we can save marriages. And she went, what are you talking about? And I said, seriously, we can teach someone how to make $500 a month in 4 months. You know, we could even think about it. We could save marriages. This is how my mind thinks. And so I hopefully something is landing with you that I'm saying, but here's where the golden ticket is. Okay. You've completed your wheel now, right? So you're at the top. If you help 3 people, because I keep everything in 3s, 3 trios, 3 buddies, help the 3 buddies work their way to QSC. If you help 3 people get their wheel completed, you are at the leader, the bottom leadership position, the entry level. You get $1,000 for QSSC. You get bib money, and the clincher is along the way, you only need 2 of those wheels to get to sales coordinator. So you're going to scoop up another $600 or $700 along the way. This is my favorite position right there. That's what I teach too, but I keep everybody focused on the wheel. If you complete 1 wheel, you can help people complete their wheels, but that 1 wheel is so important. I don't preach like get everybody to QSSC, get everybody to sales coordinator, get everybody. No, because then they focus on themselves. As long as you're on the wheel, you're constantly going to be focusing on others. Okay. So get comfortable with being uncomfortable. This is probably making some of you uncomfortable. Some of you are like going, oh my gosh, I already know that stuff. Like move on, get to something juicy, get to something that makes sense to us. I'm telling you guys, the juice is right back there in that little tiny wheel. But get comfortable. I tell people all the time, everybody thinks because I speak that I'm comfortable. No, this was me earlier. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to say to them? They're already leaders. They're on Nikki Cotton teams. You know, they already know everything. They know what they're doing. But I stress out every time because I desperately never want to be a person that wastes your time or your energy. I want you to gain value from something I'm saying. But I will tell you this, you have to get livid. You have to get livid about something. Mine is children. That's my thing is children and single moms. That's my passion. I cannot stand it that people, but when you get livid, your why will become vivid because a lot of you don't even know your why. And, or maybe your why is changing. Maybe your why originally was just to get your product paid for. And now you're saying, are you kidding me? I want to stay home with my kids. Or I want more money in my bank. I want to pay off debt, or I want a lake house, or I want a rental property like what Nikki was talking about, right? Like maybe, I don't know what your dreams are. Maybe you want to travel every single week. I don't know, but geez Louise, I mean, you can get paid to travel. That's for sure, right? So, you know, these are things that that really makes sense, but you have to get mad about something. You can't just be, otherwise you're complacent. You have to get mad. Something has to tick you off, like so mad that you will get out of your boat. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But this is a key: mastering versus action. Oh my Lanta. This came to me during COVID, okay, or whatever we were calling it, the pandemic or whatever it was. Okay, this was so apparent to me. There are so many people that go, oh, I don't know as much as you. And oh my gosh, you know, I need to, especially the nerdy people, right? The heady people, they're like, oh, I'm going to have to really study. I need to watch all the videos on the entire Juice Plus website before I tell anybody. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you know one person on planet Earth that eats 7 to 13 servings of raw fruits and vegetables every day? That's non-GMO, water washed. I mean, like, what are you talking about? No, we don't have to learn everything. Or are you taking action? Because this is why I'm saying this about action. Oh, I don't know what that was. People back then were losing jobs, right? People were concerned about $1,200 getting a check from the government. You guys, we don't want to be dependent on government. I don't care what side of the fence you're on. This is not a political statement. This is we need to empower us as people, right? We need to be empowered that we don't need to sit around and wait on something. And children and people are losing even more jobs now, right? They're scared to death. And children are sick. That's that's my thing. Children, cancer and chronic disease. That's what my dad had. I don't want to get it, right? So people are sick. You guys, quit trying to master something. Quit trying to perfect your PowerPoint. Mine is so dorky. Look at it. Like, it's dorky. Okay. Quit trying to get, now this is, I bring in all kinds of stuff from like this, what you can tell, this doesn't even match it. This is from when Austin, when I closed Austin. Okay. People think, oh, Shelley Mackey, nobody ever said no to her. Oh my gosh, I had so many people say no to me. I don't even know. I probably have a list longer than my car. I mean, it's like crazy. People said no to me. I just said, gosh, stinks for them, because they're going to get sick at some point and they don't have this armored body, with Juice Plus. But I one time was on a panel with a bunch of medical professionals and I was feeling so stupid. I really was. And here I was, a PMD plus, and I was 100 Club. And we weren't called PMD pluses back then, but I was. And I was 100 Club. And I was sitting on this, I saw the flyer and I was embarrassed. And then all of a sudden I went, no, NMD does not stand for no more dinner. We hear that, right? It means not a medical doctor, because I bet that 99% of the people on this call tonight are not medical health care professionals, but yet we think we got to wait around for a healthcare professional to come do a talk for us. No, you don't. You got Bridging the Gap. You got all these tools, and we don't need to be a doctor. Now, I love the doctors. You guys know that. I mean, what would we do without them? They're amazing, right? All these healthcare professionals, but we don't need to be one. Jay Martin, that first conference I went to, he said, get a buddy. Oh, I love buddies. That's my favorite thing, right? Get a buddy and quit trying to be an expert. We did the work for you. And now, you guys, we have 46 published studies. I think they said 47, but we can only say 46 right now. You guys, 46 published studies in the top 10 peer-reviewed medical journals. I mean, what are we being mousy about? What's that? You're saying, oh, you're waving. I don't know. 44. Is that what you said? No, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I saw you saying something. Okay. So we've got all these medical studies. We have got to get out there and get loud. Okay. And this is my key. I told everybody, events. I did one every single Thursday night. I picked Thursday night because it's a fun night. People don't care if they get to bed late. And I called them Thirsty Thursdays. That's what I did. I had them at my house so that my people could just not have to clean their house. I cleaned my house. They came over. All I served was water, wine, and smoothies. And people loved it. If they drank, they drank. If they don't, they drank water. And everybody sampled smoothies and energy bites, and they loved them. Oh my gosh, people had so much fun. I had to kick people out. They would not leave your house. It'd be like 10 o'clock. I'd be like, oh my gosh, they're having so much fun, right? But events. Pick out what you do, but be consistent. I was consistent every single Thursday night. I did this. That's how I got to NMD in 10 months, from a slow track sales coordinator that didn't even know what the shnikey she was doing it. And I was doing it, showing Bridging the Gap, You guys, I typed out what I even said. It's all in the boards, even the verbiage. I had it down to this little thing. So guess what? My team, they were like, geez, we can do what Shelley's doing, because she's just saying, now we're going to watch a video. It's 11 minutes long, and it's 8 doctors talking about the power of whole food and micronutrients. I didn't even know what a micronutrient was. I barely do now. Okay. But I knew to say that because I knew that those doctors were going to explain it all. And then I said, okay. And then I said, this is going to come out of your health and medical budget. And then I said, now we're going to show a 6-minute video of Dr. Jan Roberto, and she's going to talk about the power of whole food nutrition as macronutrients, carbs, fats, and proteins. Click, watch the video. See, I told them how long it was so that they wouldn't be sitting there going, oh my gosh, how long is this movie she's showing, right? They knew exactly, because that's the teacher in me. That's what I knew how to do. I only knew how to teach and be a mom and serve others in my community. So I used the talents that God gave me. Maybe you don't have that talent. Use whatever talent he gave you, but use it doing events, events, and events. Okay. And the power of a 3-way call. Lord have mercy. Are y'all using these? I know you are. You have to be using these, right? Okay, great. No, enough said, right? Look, the phone's on fire. Okay. Now, I was doing a team training camp. That's what I call them. One time, and all I kept saying was, wow, oh, wow, that was amazing training. And then the next person would come up and I'd say, oh, wow, on the microphone. And by the end of the day, the audience, which was my team, was all going, wow. And it was embarrassing. I could not come up with anything else. So on my drive home, it was a 3-hour drive, I was talking to God, and I'm like, okay, Lord, I don't know what was up with me saying, wow, but are you telling me like I need to stop talking so much, or did that mean something? And then just the word, it just said acronym. And I'm like, oh, it was an acronym. What did it stand for? And then I just started going through it. I knew the first one was walk immediately. And I was like, walk on water. It's my favorite parable that in the Bible is the walk on water with Peter. And so I tell people, if you want to walk on water, if you want to have the wow factor, people, you meet people, and I don't care what they look like. I don't care what size or shape they are. I don't care where they come from. Don't you meet people sometimes and you just go, wow, I love that person. Like, I just love them, right? They just have this wow factor. It doesn't mean that they're like crazy like I am and energetic. And it doesn't mean that they're calm, cool, and collected. It just means that for some reason they wowed you. Okay. Okay. Don't you want to have a wow factor with people? Of course you do. We all do. We were put here to serve others. We weren't put here just to, ho hum through life. Oh my goodness. No, there's purpose in why we're here. And so I tell my people, if you want to walk on water, you got to get out of your boat, not my boat and not the boat, but your boat. What is your boat? What circumstances? Because, when you get out there and you're walking on water, means you got your eyes on the prize, right? But the minute you take yours, let's say it's NMD, right? You got your eye on the prize and you look down at the waves of circumstances. Oh my gosh, I'm not skinny enough. Oh my gosh, I still eat dairy. No, I don't. I don't, because we used to be dairy farmers, so I know better. But I'm saying maybe you're a person that eats dairy and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't talk about the shred because I still eat dairy. Or, oh, I can't talk about the shred because I haven't lost any weight. Who cares? Your insides are better. Your cells and your tissue and your organs are better because you're on Juice Plus and you're drinking 2 shakes a day. 1 is a difference maker. 2 shakes a day is a game changer. You'll see that in my verbiage too. I tell that to everybody. If you want to jumpstart your health, you drink 2 smoothies or shakes a day, every single day. Your health will change. But you got to get out of that boat.
Hey,
Okay.
Shelley?
I'm
Can you
almost
hear me,
finished.
Shelley?
You ready to kill me?
I
Yes.
just want you to know, we have a 7 o'clock call, which is in 4 minutes on this
Okay,
same line
okay,
for an event.
Okay. Here's what happens on our team. If you don't get out of your own boat by yourself, this is what we do as leaders. So get out of your own boat. Okay. Okay. People see this. They go, oh, Shelley's perfect. She got to 100 club in 30 seconds. Okay. Whatever. This is the truth. This is what really happened down here. Late nights, adversity. How bad do you want a goal? How bad do you want it? That's what you will do. Okay. The organization will always mirror the behaviors, the habits, the attitudes, the mindset, and the pace of the leader. Okay. It's whatever your pace was today, it's over. Tomorrow is a new day. So if you've been going like a turtle, kick it up a notch. If you want your team to grow fast, you got to kick it up a notch. You got to go out and meet new people. Okay. And then I just want to show you one last time because I'm proud of my girls, but these are our people. This was our story in the last 8.5 years. I've been an NMD for 7.5. And this is what we've done. And even during COVID, we produced 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, five new NMDs during that time and 2 in 2022. Okay, I'm stopping sharing. Get growing, guys. Okay, should I stop? Vicki, are you ready to tell me?
We see your, we see your beautiful face. I can tell you one thing, you got comments the whole time that they loved your energy, they love what you had to say, and I could have let you gone on, but we got another call now in 2 minutes on this line. So what I would love to do, because we better jump off, is can everybody unmute themselves and really just give a big shout out with 1 or 2 words for what this training has done for you. Just give a word or 2 so Shelley can hear the love.
Oh my,
Wow. So inspiring.
Fired up. Need to do a part two. You awesome.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate
Thank
you.
you.